Hi everybody, this is Cheryl with the CraftNut32, and I've created a mini album and I thought I'd take a moment and share it with everybody. So this album is created by using the style from Kathy at Paper Phenomenon. It's a paper bag mini, and I just used one of her styles. I've kind of made parts of it my own, but a lot of it is from watching her videos and feeling inspired by what she's done and just appreciating all the paper. And I have a pad of paper that I've had for a while. I got it at Walmart. I think it's a pretty common stack here, but I think it's just beautiful this time of year. It's pinks and greens and tans and some browns, and so I just decided that I would use it. And I have a hard time using my paper because then, I don't know, you can't always find it again. But with this paper I was really happy because it's at Walmart, so I already have another one. So I felt safe using it, and I enjoyed using it, but now I also know that it's there again if I want to use it. So I kind of feel funny, but when you buy something at Michael's you don't always see it again. So anyways, and now on to my album. So this cover I haven't really done much with. I really love the swirls and the paper on this end, so I think I'm going to add some flowers and some bling and stuff over here, but I haven't decided what yet, so I've decided just to wait until I'm sure. So I have a little plate here. This is album is for my cousin's wife. She was wanting to get into scrapbooking, and I just thought, I don't know, I'd make her a mini and maybe help her change her mind, because I mainly do cards. This album seemed like it took me forever, and I guess that's why I mainly do cards, but I really enjoyed making this mini. So I thought if I made this for her and she appreciated it, she might kind of get into it, and then I'd have somebody I know who does this, other than ladies online. Nobody that I know personally makes cards or scrapbooks, and so I guess I'm looking for a buddy. So hopefully this will inspire her. So this is all I've done for the cover. I've used this little elastic out of my sewing kit, and I've used some distress inks. It didn't really cover it a whole lot. You can still see it's white, but I used antique linen. Just kind of tinted it a little bit to kind of bring it into the tone of the color of the front of the album. So to secure that, I used some eyelets. I got a crocodile back at Christmas time, and I mainly wanted it for creating projects like this. I've always loved getting journals and being able to cut to close it with an elastic over the front, so that's what I've done here. And on the inside, I've covered it up. So I had sewn it, I attached it with some sticky strip, I put paper over it, and then I put the cover for the inside of the cover paper. So anyways, enough about that, and on into the inside. These flowers are created with a flower cut from Flower Shop, and the leaves are also from Flower Shop, and this little butterfly in the corner was sent to me from Christine at P. Paisley, so I've had some fun using up the butterflies. I don't have any butterfly punches, so it was really fun having this one. And how I normally get my butterflies is with the Sentimentals Cricut cartridge. And they're great, but they cut out the antenna, and a lot of times it gets stuck or rips, and right now I need some new Cricut mats, so that wasn't really an option for me this time, I felt, so I used some of these, which was great. The paper was just beautiful. On this page, I made a little pocket here, and I've made 3 tabs. I've distressed all of the pad of paper with some vintage photo. On the back, I inked it up with a Victorian velvet, both distress inks. And so then just 3 different sizes, kind of nested in together, and they can just slide right in. So my cousin and his wife have 3 children, and so I've done a lot of sets of 3 in this album. On this page, I tried to keep the pages, the choice of paper, somewhat uniform, so that way you could have some continuity. She could do like a 2-page layout or something like that, and because she doesn't scrapbook, all of these pages will fit a 4x6 standard size photo. So I know she might have to cut some down for these ones, but then if she has great family shots or shots of her kids, she can just load it up like that. So these pages then filled up. I've inked up the back as well for some journaling. And then these pages right here, if I can do it, will flip down, and then these pages will open up. So these will give her 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 nice size photos. I'm going to send her some embellishments so that she can glue them down as she wants. And I'm going to send her some acid-free glue as well. I think just a glue stick. I have a whole bunch. And that way she can glue her pictures down, and there won't be any problems with having anything bleed through from the glue. So, I also forgot to show you, but I've created tags for inside all of the paper bags. And so they are, let me see here, they are 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. So she can easily get a picture, and or I thought she could use this space for journaling. So there's that page and the 4-page layout. And so here is a clip, another, I used a circle punch and just cut out like a half circle just to kind of show her where the tags were. So here's another tag. Oh, I didn't really need to pull that out. And here is another tag. So with this page, I have used a Martha Stewart flower punch. I've used, again, some leaves from Flower Shop. And this paper is just some of the pink pattern paper from the stack. And I think I'm going to add a butterfly here. So I didn't want to do it at that time. I hadn't quite made up my mind. But I think I have now. And so with these, I've just I've made 3 envelopes out of computer paper. And then I matted it with some white paper and then some of the pattern paper. Distressed the edge with, again, vintage photo. And this bag has been distressed with Victorian velvet. So I've created 3. And I've created her these little envelopes so that she can store some extra photos of her children. I kind of thought like photos, one of each of her children. I created an envelope for. And then she has, I think she's one of 5. She has 4 other siblings. So I've created, and then her husband, and she has a larger family. So I wanted to create photo mats where she could just have photos of everybody. So I've created this 4 accordion style photo mat for her. On the back is white paper that I have distressed with Victorian velvet ink. So that is that, just kind of plain and simple. It slides into this little pocket. This next page has a fold out of 3, sorry, I thought it was 3, it's just a 2 fold out. So it will hold 3 photos. And then over here, there's a page in the stack that I thought was really nice. So I've cut it out and I've rounded the corners and I've inked up the edges. And just little tags. I've added white to the back and it just kind of nicely layers in. And then I just cut out these flowers off of a scrap piece of paper. This background paper is actually from a Tim Coffey Can Company stack. I wasn't sure halfway through if I'd have enough paper, so I grabbed some paper out of there, and I thought I would then kind of transition into using this. But as it turned out, I did have enough, so it's just this piece and this other center piece here that is the Tim Coffey paper. And I'm really happy that it matches, so I didn't go back and change it. So some more little tabs in there. Another layout page. Again, I didn't really add any embellishments. I thought about stamping a butterfly or doing something, but I'm not really sure where she's going to adhere her photos, so I didn't. On this page, I like this. This is the opposite page. I've created the 3-page layout on this side, kind of to mirror this page here. And then this is one of my favorite little features. I created a little triangle pocket using my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and I've inside tucked a piece of paper. Then she can journal. I've distressed it, inked it. I have 2 little flowers down here and 2 little leaves, a Martha Stewart punch, and a Flower Shop flower. Excuse me. Another little butterfly. But this, I think, is one of my favorite features. You open up the bow, and it is a little mini. And this isn't my idea either. I think this version of it is, but the idea of putting a mini in the mini isn't. Lots of people have done that, and I just really loved it, so I used this idea for mine. I've created little tags, but they're just some business-style envelopes. You can see that little pattern there on it. So this is it. It just flips right through. I've distressed and inked all of the pages. I have also distressed and inked on the back for journaling. And that can just slide right through. And then you can tie it back up. And it was kind of loose, but by adding on like kind of loose and it was sliding out, but by adding this little back paper there where she can journal and jot things down, it actually helped it stay in that little triangle pocket. It's nice and secure. I can flip the page, or she can once she gets it, and nothing will fall out. So I really enjoyed having that idea. Wasn't really sure how I was going to do it, and I was kind of getting bummed out that every time I turned the page, the mini was falling. But it's nice now. It stays nice and put, so she can turn the page or carry it around, and it doesn't do anything. And this is my last page. The little tag as well inside. This page I left blank. I wasn't sure. She might have a couple of photos she wants to slide in there, an envelope of something. So I just left this one blank. Completely empty. I'm going to create a couple flowers and maybe send her some butterflies so she can then just kind of fancy up some of the pages where she has it. And then I thought that was it. So I've really just loved also the paper. So I've had a hard time covering up the paper. I think it's just beautiful. The blues and the greens. Sorry, not the blues, but the greens and the pinks and the browns. And I thought it would just be really nice springtime album. Here's my back cover again with where the elastic comes out. And then it will just close right up. And as it gets fuller, filled with photos and thicker, it'll help keep everything in place. So I haven't made a lot of minis, but I really enjoyed this one. I think I might even make another mini out of this paper again for myself. This is just beautiful. But when my husband actually picked up the paper for me, he surprised me and brought home a second pad. So I have 2 new papers to play with, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to making something and keeping it. So I hope everyone's having a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye!